Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, I don't know if you caught this video. It's on YouTube, and it's a woman explaining how Meghan Markle screwed everything up. Like, whatever Meghan did, she wasn't even doing it right. And she was explaining how the concoction that Meghan was making for her friend Daniel in the first episode, where she mixed uh, you know, some natural essence or whatever you call it, some essential oils onto salt. This woman is explaining that if you actually did it the way Megan showed, you would end up with a very skin irritant that might cause hives on the person. So basically, she basically says in this video, and she's not a basher of Meghan Markle, but she's telling people don't do it the way Meghan did it. So Megan's doing everything wrong with this show. It's a total disaster. And it has to be on purpose, in my opinion. I mean, it's this outrageous display of narcissistic insanity. Now you could say it's because WME is backed out on her, and she's now just getting exposed big time. And wow, I mean, I cannot keep up with all the reactions on Twitter. You just have to go through Twitter and see everybody and their grandmother is making a video, either mocking her, talking about her, bashing her, black, white, red, young, old, male, female. Everyone is just now. One of the big reactions people are having is to this show that Meghan did with Drew Barrymore. And scroll through some videos here. So they said here, okay, this is an article that came out. It said Drew Barrymore's clingy behavior made Meghan Markle uncomfortable. Now she knows how people feel when she does it. So Meghan's complaining now that Drew Barrymore was too clingy. I mean, you couldn't pay me to watch Drew Barrymore's show, I'll tell you what. But Meghan just made up lie after lie. On this show. She just made up one fantasy story after another. It's absolutely absurd. Yeah, and people were saying that you could tell that Drew Barrymore didn't believe anything Meghan was saying. They felt like she was looking at her, like not believing her. This one from Murky Meg says, "This is so weird. Awkward moment. Meghan Markle is caught off guard when emotional Drew Barrymore surprises her with a photo of Diana during an interview to plug the cookery show." Okay. So anyways, there's a lot of videos on here specifically reacting to her being on the Drew Barrymore show, but of course with her Netflix show as well. The moment Drew Barrymore became irrelevant, never forget. Oh yeah, when she bent the knee to the tranny there. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would watch Drew Barrymore, but anyhow, somehow she still has a show. I guess because of her Luciferian connections, as they all are in Hollywood. So I just thought I'd do a reading today and say, what does Drew Barrymore really think of Meghan Markle? Yeah, because a lot of people felt that, especially the story, Meghan told a story that I posted a copy of the video about. Meghan claimed that when she arrived at her hotel for this interview to do this show, that Harry and the children left a card in the room saying, "Good luck, mommy," and with flowers and whatnot. So she's claiming that Harry's, making notes for her with the kids. Maybe that fake note where she wrote Lily on it. Unbelievable. So many lies in one TV show. It's just unbelievable. I have to scrolling through here. You start scrolling through Twitter and you can't stop. Oh, this is the racist bullying scene here. Meghan the racist bully. Okay, here's another. So if you just keep scrolling through this, yesterday, today, it's been. Okay, this one says, watch Drew Barrymore's face in the end. Okay, let's see this. This will be the last one I'll look at. Should we listen to it? Let's see what she's saying.
You talk about like surprise and delight on the show with your guests. When was the last time you were surprised and delighted?
Last night, And also this morning, but last night when I went back to my hotel, there was this sweet card from my kids and my husband saying, "We're so proud of you, Mama, and congrats on the show," and with flowers. And I just thought, okay, here we go. And I felt so loved. So that he had planned it in advance to make sure it was there when I got to my hotel room. It was really sweet.
You talk about like surprise and delight.
Drew Barrymore's face looks very weird here. She kind of looks like that Trini guy. So anyways, how did Drew Barrymore, what did she really think of Meghan? And yeah, let's take a look. I thought it was kind of strange that Meghan turned up on her show. I guess it was the only one Meghan could get on. I don't. That's like, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan showed up on The View, but I think was The View canceled, or they just fired most of the screaming banshees on there. I mean, all these horrific globalist shows. Meghan is still on her globalist mission. I saw something that she wrote for Archwell right here. It says, breaking news: the sick woman just updated her resume on HWA website. She added the Netflix show. And look at the names of the kids and titles. Something huge happening behind the scenes. And she removed the dogs entirely. So alongside her husband, Prince Harry, she co-founded the Archwell Foundation, whose mission is to show up and do good. Yeah, she kept saying show up. Excuse me. She kept saying show up, show up, show up like 8 times in one 10-minute interview. And reflecting the way they work to support communities offline, online. It was big in some ways, big and small. Meghan is a New York Times bestselling author. Did you know that? I mean, at this point, being a New York Times bestseller author means absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. In fact, it means that you're probably just a globalist shill and it should be ignored in the last book to read. So they're claiming she's a best-selling author for her children's book, The Bench. It should have been The Bitch. Anyways, and continues to create compelling content. Oh, she does? Where? Love to see it. As she did when she launched Archetypes, a record-breaking podcast, which topped the charts in 47 countries. And received a Gracie Award. In her 2025 Netflix series with Love Meghan, highlights her love of entertaining and finding the joy in every day, and also complements her consumer product brand as ever, launching spring 2025. Meghan resides in California with her husband, Prince Harry, and their children, Prince Archie of Sussex and Princess Lilibet of Sussex. Together, they remain dedicated to building. Okay, this last sentence is the globalist one. Together, they remain building a more compassionate. Remember that PhD what was he, a neurobiologist or something, neuroscience guy at Stanford, aka CIA, said compassion and action. Compassion is a key word they use for pushing in their tyranny and their technocracy. So Meghan's building more compassionate, equitable, again, the Marxist communist equitable world for future generations. Yeah, so this whole thing, again, one big psyop for the globalists, in my opinion. And I think it shows again and again. Okay, so the Archwell is show up and do good. And here she coincidentally says show up 7 times. I just lost it again. I hate these Twitter. This is my Twitter account. If you want to follow, I'd appreciate. I don't care either way, though. I'm not good. But here we go. It's safe to say she found a new favorite buzz phrase 7 times in 7 minutes. In 7 minutes, 7 times. So this is the show up, which again, the Archwell is show up and do good. So here's Meghan talking about showing up, showing up, showing up. Here we go.
How we show up for each other. How do you show up for them? And you just show up for each other. And just showing up, I mean, you find ways to show up for each other. And you can show up for each other, shows up for you. how we show up for each other. How do you show up for them? And you just show up for each other and just showing up. I mean, you find ways to show up for each other, and you can show up for each other, shows up for you.
Wow, she's such the marketer, isn't she? Show it up, show it up, show it up. God, she's so annoying. Wait, how do I shut this off? Here we go. I got it. Yes, yes. So what did Drew Barrymore really think? I don't think she bought, she's grew up in Hollywood, so she's used to all the fakeness. I guess it's her natural habitat. So she probably is just like, yeah, another day with the fake Hollywood type. But, even Drew Barrymore seemed a little bit like, this is way over the top. Meghan Markle is way too bizarre. Even for fake Hollywood standards, Meghan is just beyond evil and fake. So, psyop. So even by Hollywood standards, which is fake enough as it is, even they're just like, okay, this woman is way too fake for us. So anyways, let's find out though. Let's confirm, because people were saying that Drew Barrymore was just like making faces the entire time, looking like she was bored with Meghan and just didn't believe anything. So let's find out. Was she really bored with her? Did she enjoy? I'm sure she's enjoying the attention for her show. She has a lot more. I don't think Drew Barrymore has ever had this many clips taken from her show spread all over Twitter. I'm sure she's thrilled about that. But let's see. What does she really think about Megalodon now? What does she really think about the CIA PSYOP queen, liar, drugged up fantasist? So he continues calling her husband H. They're just like I said, they're just like Greta Thunberg. Meghan and Harry are the Greta Thunbergs of 2020 through 2030, I guess. It's going to go on for, I imagine. They're just here to annoy us. just for something to drive us crazy, to get under our nerves. That's what I think. Meghan is made to irritate. They're everything they do is to irritate and, of course, steal our tax money. And TRG is doing an excellent job of calling out Harry and all the tax money he's stolen from us, millions of dollars that he has to pay back. He's man that he pays it back ASAP. Thief. They have stolen, done nothing but steal money from us. Now, I don't work hard to give my tax money to Harry and Meghan. I want every penny back, Harry, you satanic loser. I can't create a damn thing. You're too stupid. Anyways, back to this. What's Drew Barrymore? They're all Satanists on this business. But anyhow, what does Drew Barrymore really think of Megalodon? And what does she dislike most about her? What did she like about her? If there's anything she liked about her. Let's find out. Drew Barrymore, what did she really think of Megalodon? Let's see what the cards show. First card out. Oh my goodness, the Tower reversed. I think I got this before in a reading from Meghan, just recently. Can't remember what about, but yeah. Oh yeah, Meghan trying to rebuild her catastrophic career after becoming a disaster tourist. So that's why Meghan's working so hard, because this guy is the Tower. There's fire everywhere. Yeah. So Drew Barrymore knows that Meghan is at the bottom. Everybody in Hollywood hates her, and so she's trying to rebuild herself back up. And so she knows Meghan desperately needs something to make her look good, or attempt to make her look good. Queen of Wands reversed. Drew Barrymore's sign is, but I think this is Megalodon. And as you can imagine, she finds her over the top and insufferable. Queen of Wands reversed, very pushy, very desperate, always trying to take control of everything. And Drew Barrymore is like, here, I got a present for you, a picture of Princess Diana. I didn't see Meghan's reaction to it. Did anybody watch that? Uh, yeah, I mean, of course. What else? I think Drew does know how to give a gift, right? I mean, what's the best gift to give a narcissist psychopath who's trying to, and with the CIA, trying to convince everybody that she's Princess Diana 2.0 or just annoying us with that? Of course, a picture of Princess Diana, because that's what her and Harry are constantly harping on. 10 of Cups reversed. Wah, wah. So this is the environment of all of this. And of course, 10 of Cups reversed is the community. It's how depressing and divisive Harry and Meghan are. You can kind of see this as Harry and Meghan here being, just a fake fraud, phony scam. But also you could look at it as everybody in the world is disgusted and can't stand them. But that in and of itself, is turned into their way of making money, right? Be the most obnoxious, divisive people. The basis of it all, the world watching here. So Drew Barrymore is well aware that bringing her on, this pathetic Queen of Wands who's fallen to the depths of anybody, depths of depravity. She knows the world is going to be watching this show. Like, well, she whatever you say, she's world famous and she's going to bring the clicks. So what did Drew think of her before the show? And I get 3 of Cups reversed. So she knew Meghan's part of this secret group. Secret, depressing, whining, complaining, accusing everybody of racist, complaining with her friends about everybody. So she's well aware that Meghan has got a shady group. She's part of a shady group. She's part of the globalist shady group. And that there's nothing but stirring up trouble. So, of course, she knew what she was getting at this, witch from this coven here. And so she didn't have a high opinion of her. I don't think she knew her. She just knew of her, and everybody avoids her, I believe. So she knew she was extremely unpopular and that nobody likes her. What did she expect of having Megalodon on her show? The star, yes. So she knew that this was going to give her show a lot of hits, a lot of clicks, world watching. So she's like, you know what? Bring the witch on. I want some views. So there you have it. Let's just pretend there's nothing controversial or divisive, and let's just talk about happy things. Like, what makes you happy, Meghan? Really? Oh, and how do you make your candles? Oh, that's so interesting. That's so nice. Here, have a picture. I mean, the whole thing is so fake and phony and stupid, her show. But, it's to give a boost to this CIA PSYOP loser doing her military grade PSYOP here, helping it along. And, again, it helps her show, right? It keeps her giving her money and something to do. So what does she dislike most about Megalodon? Let's find out. She doesn't think much of her. Ooh, strength reversed. Yeah, as you can see, Meghan has no self-control and that she is, obviously everyone knows that her and Harry are just drug addicts out of control, and she controls Harry, trying to control the royal family, trying to give the impression. Now, I've said for a long time, she's trying to create an American royal family here with her Prince Archie, Princess Lilibet nonsense. I mean, Meghan is actually trying to force people through the use of PR to accept the idea of an American prince and princess. Yes, I know they're British titles, but Meghan hates the British. Complains about them all the time. She hates the royal family. Worst day of her life marrying into the royal family, according to her. Her most glorious day was when she was with the globalist young leaders that had a seat at the table there. That was her great day. So what she wants to do is to be the Queen of America and have her royal fiefdom there in Montecito is what really seems to be going on. And that obnoxiousness and over-the-topness here with the strength reversed is a major turnoff to her because Meghan thinks she's more powerful than she is, and she acts like she's a royal when she's with other people. And you can view some of that on her show, her behavior, her demeanor, her outfits, the way she just expects everybody to be at her beck and call. She expects Americans and these people around her to behave as if she should be revered like a royal family member is in the UK. So what does she like about her? What does she like about megalodons? I get from this that she liked that the show ended and she could finally get rid of her and get her out of her life. She's like, goodbye. Hope to never see you again. Ooh. Yeah, she did. She really, she did. Yeah. Not much. Didn't like anything about her. I think she also felt like Meghan was probably on a death path herself. She's definitely with a very dangerous group. You can see in this death card, there's like a woman over here crying over here. And of course, that's Meghan constantly crying for herself and, pretending she's such a victim of PR or racist or whatever, the royal family or whoever this week is victimizing her. Or actually, no, Meghan's trying to pretend she's not victimized anymore. She's Miss Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. But whatever the case may be, Drew Barrymore couldn't wait for that show to end for sure. How did Meghan affect her, Drew Barrymore? I get 7 of Cups reversed. Yeah, so I see an overload of BS here. See a lot of masks here. The person wearing the mask holding the skull. Yeah, that's Meghan. She is just fake and phony with her mask, dropping that mask all the time. That big angry lizard in the front. Yeah. She knew that Meghan was part of a very dangerous, deadly group of globalists and monsters. And so she knew she was dealing with a dangerous woman and part of a dangerous group over here. Like I said, with 3 of Cups reversed, very clandestine, conspiratorial group over here. So she felt, like she had to listen to Meghan's BS and pretend to be nice. But I think she knew Meghan was a very dangerous person. Is it, the people around her, and that she's also kind of like death vibes here. Meghan is not looking well herself. She's anorexic from the Ozempic. She's got lines all over her face. She's aged like 20 years in the past year or so. So she might also be thinking that Meghan is probably like not going to last very long. So there you go. So what's going to happen next in the future? I get 6 of Cups reversed. So I think that Drew Barrymore is kind of hoping that when Meghan is starting to bring out her children there. And so I think Drew's kind of hoping, well, maybe she'll bring him on my show. So I think she was kind of hoping maybe that could be a show, but I think that's the only thing she would want to do with her, if anything ever again. Although, again, she does like the clicks she got. She expected it. It did get a lot. Like I said, there are a lot of clips people are taking of that show, which normally does not happen. I'll tell you what. But in the long term, wah, wah, King of Wands reversed. Of course, she's also hoping to get that obnoxious hairball from the polo field. So, maybe she will be able to finagle him and the kids on one day. She is hoping to do that. But otherwise, it's just she's dealing with the clips and all as well. And the kind of, you can see this is like abuse on the criticisms online and how everybody are using the clips from the show to mock and make fun of her and Meghan Markle. So, but mostly Meghan Markle. Yeah, so this a rough ride for her as well with her show. I think that her show is supposed to be syrupy sweet and for, just very shallow, feel good stuff. And she brought on like this dark, evil, divisive, nasty woman, and she's getting reactions to her show that are on par with the low, gutter responses because Meghan is so evil, and I do get that here. I get that she realizes that way Meghan affects her is like all this evil, having an evil woman on there who is, has caused so much harm and stolen so much of our tax money and been involved with so much death with the African parks with Harry. I mean, everything her and Harry are doing is just very deadly and dangerous and out to destroy our way of life. So I think that she's kind of surprised for Drew Barrymore because Drew Barrymore doesn't usually get that kind of reaction, the 10 of Cups reversed reaction where everybody dislikes and reacts badly to her show. I guess she's not used to that kind of negative attention. That is the kind of attention, the only kind of attention Meghan and Harry ever get, and that's what they deserve, and that's what they want, apparently, because they keep going. They're not stopping. They keep begging for more attention, making more Netflixes, making more doing more interviews, getting up on stage, grabbing that mic again and again at this conference, that conference, getting this fake award, and they don't stop. They want it. Obviously, they want it, and they continue to want it and generate it and elicit it out. I would suspect Harry and Meghan are like David Icke says. They want the loosh, the negative energy. You see, satanic evil people. They feed off of the negativity they get from others. They actually feed off of it psychically and whatnot. Because they're very dark Luciferian evil entities that they are and that they work with. So, anyways, I'm ranting on too long here, but that is what I'll see. So, I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.